spot. You sit on the corner right here. I spice it up a little bit.
Wow.
Put a car on there.
Oh yeah, I spice it up. The better it looks, the eyes go right to that. You know, they like that type of artwork. And then I push it. You got your mom, your wife, and your daughter right over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Harold, this is what I've been working on, man. I've been trying to restore a little pride back in Marlin.
Tell me what is this?
Well, exactly. This is going to be our youth center for NYAA, but as well, it's going to also be like a Hall of Fame type museum. Okay. You know, something that we can kind of maybe reflect back on when people come to town. They can come in here and look around. Maybe one memory may be jarred. Or, maybe just a friendly reminder of somebody that you probably forgot about.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
That's
and like I said, this wall is for my guys that passed away young, like Lewis Tyler. Guys that passed away before they hit 50. Lewis Tyler, Robert Manigault. Some of these died while they were in high school. You got Terrence Evans. I don't know if you remember Fly Herc. A guy called Herc. Herc from back in the day. Julia Pigman, Chris Henry, Kermit
Chris
Griffin.
Henry, I remember him.
Pam Jones, Eric Bradley.
Yeah.
And like I said, anybody else, if when people remember, they'll call me and let me know. Hey Jay, what about Taranji Wright, or what about Keith Shooks, Leslie Lawson? You don't have them, and then I'll go and find them and I'll put them up here.
Okay.
And this wall here is for my military guys. Okay. Anybody that served from Falls County. I would like Falls County, but let's just say you're from your husband or your boy, your fiance or somebody's not from here, but you've been living here. You can put his name up here too. You can put his picture up here too. Okay. Now one of these pictures to put up here is like $35. And what it does, it's for the whole year. So it's $35 for that first year. Okay. And then it's $15 for each additional year. And then what I do is I give you a sheet where you can give me a little background on him, and then I make a book. And so now, let's say you look at number 16, picture number 16, and it's Arthur Allen. Arthur Allen, you can turn to page 16 and see Arthur Allen. And you can read about Arthur Allen, or you can read about Jay Butler, or you can read about Kirk Calloway or J.B. Butler. Just some where they've been, some of the tours, some of the background, stuff like that. So now people can, you kind of relate to what we're doing out here. Okay. See, so now when Harrell Williams' great-great-great-grandson comes in. Right. He'll see that picture. Okay. See, because the picture they won't leave out of here. And everybody, some of these pictures have been up here. I put them up here. They hadn't supported us in about 5 to 6 years. But I still put their pictures there because they helped us when I needed help. So now I'm pretty much standing on my own 2 feet because I have a 501c3. Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. And now when you want to, let's say you want to donate every month, rather than you donating to a cause that's going to put your money in the account and say, well, let's send it to the kids in Lampasas or in Africa. Yeah. Hey, how about helping the kids in Marlin? I got you. Because I'm from Marlin. That's a good idea. That? Okay. And that's my thing is when people give me money, you can see it. See where your money's going. You see, what I spend it on, and there's just a lot of stuff that we try to do. Yeah. My wife and I, my vice president Daniel Coleman. These are the guys who help us out up top here, but usually I'm the one that has the most flexibility. I'm retired, my wife said I need to get a real job, but I enjoy doing this. So I enjoy doing this. And, I got you. Well,
what motivates you to do this? Have you always had an interest in Black history, or is it just history in general? Well,
history in general. My dad was a historian. Oh, my dad, and then I'll tell you what really got me to motivate me to do this was I was in Iraq in 2009. And I remember I think it was around about the 16th, the night, around the 16th, I think it was. Okay. And I may be off. But my little brother calls me up and she says, hey man, Papa just died. My granddad died. Okay. So I'm thinking, wow man, that was a big blow. Because I can't leave. Yeah. I had to sweat it out till August. I had to be there till August. Well, about 2 weeks later he calls me up and he says, hey man, Daddy just died. Oh, wow. So everybody that could tell me something, I see, has just passed away. Okay. So rather than having people trying to figure it out, hey, Jay, Chris Henry was in Marlin.
Yeah.
Oh, he was from Marlin. No, Chris Henry wasn't from Marlin. Yes, he was. He's up on that wall.
Yeah.
You see, now you know, you have, at least you can kind of bridge the gap a little bit.
Okay.
Rather than, you know, you're totally lost.
Yeah.
For anything, you know, that you're doing.
Okay.
So,
good.
And like I said, these are my main sponsors up top. Now these guys here, this is the president of the Lions Club for all of Texas, he and Mr. Criswell. Okay. And then my brother-in-law, Tracy Butler, Tracy Calloway, and Lieutenant Colonel Calloway. And then you got my uncle Reggie Riggs. Reggie was with the Little League. They really helped us out when I needed help. And then you got my brother, David Butler, Dr. David Butler and his wife, Dr. Kelly Butler. You know, they support us. And then Mr. Carl Evans from down at Pneumatic Tools down in Reagan really helped us out.
Okay.
Walmart and the school, Marlin ISD. They really, you know, have really supported our kids.
Okay.
And because, like I said, I take it as a personal venture. It's a lot easier for me to donate the kind of time that I donate because I'm from here. You know, I'm from Marlin. I ran the same streets with these little guys, and then I feel their pain when they don't have any place to go, or they have nothing to do, or somebody is trying to get them out in front of HEB. Yeah. It's trying to get them from in front of HEB because they have nothing to do. I got you. So now the kids just kind of roll off for a minute, and when that guy leaves, they come right back. See, so I'm just really trying to set up a place where they can come and learn something because like I said, I'm big on education. Okay. You know, if you can't read, you can't write, then I need to know who you are. So then that way I can at least help you.
That's a good idea.
I can at least help you, and then I can at least tell the teacher, hey, you know, really need to pay attention to him. Yeah. Or give me some work, and then I'll get him this evening, and we'll work on what he's he's coming short in school.
Mentoring.
Yeah. Basically mentoring and stuff like that. But I'm trying to start a chess club. Coach Carter, I'm trying with Ken Carter. He's one of my big mentors here. When you know, I'm trying to start a chess club. And
Coach Carter lives here.
Yeah, Coach Carter. Yeah,
and he's the one that the movie's based on? What's that movie?
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Coach Carter, yeah. And you know, and this is his Impact Academy right here. You know, so let's say he was another one of our big sponsors. You know, I mean, guys that really weighed in when I needed them.
And he's at the school down here.
Yeah, he's got the old
middle school.
The old middle school, yeah.
Okay.
And so, and like I said, there's a lot of things that I just started kind of, you know, want to use this building for to kind of weigh in. But like I said, my work ethic, I'm really, man, I can't turn it off. You know, I start at 7:30 in the morning, and I'll usually be done probably about maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. You know, and then I start again the next day. You know.
Well, how did you talk the school into letting you use this building?
Well, because like I said, I've been running my youth program for the last 4 years. Okay. And I hadn't had any place to go. I used to be with the Boys and Girls Club up at the old band hall. Yes. But then they got a new person that come in and said that, you know, the Boys and Girls Club didn't have another youth group in the same building with them. But like I said, I was just trying to, hey, we're just a football program, you know. But now, and like I said, I kind of took that kind of the wrong way. Yeah. But I guess I just really took it as it was given. Yeah. I'm not going to ever fall in that trap again. Okay. So the next time we get a building, we'll control it. Okay. So if somebody else wants to come in here and work hand in hand with us, we're open to that. But you can come up in here and you can see a lot more. This is where
I used to get out of my football clothes. This was it. Our field house was.
This is the field house. And like I said, you can come over here and you can see from.
Wow, you got a lot of pictures up, man.
You know, you can look at the 40s, you can look at the 50s, you can look at the 60s. Matter of fact, you got one of your brothers that's over here on the wall, John.
Okay.
John is on the one. Let me see, here's John right there.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, yeah. You know, and like I said, I'm trying to get some stuff from back in the day.
Wow.
To where I can kind of.
Oh, you got some pictures.
I mean, man, when they
come
from
both
here,
sides of the track.
Yeah, when I come in here, I'm trying to get. You name, I mean, all these little areas will be covered with pictures. Yeah. And I tell guys, you know, when I run out of room on the wall, you'll come up in here going, wow, man, that's my cousin Lewis up there, you know. Yeah. Because I'm going to eventually go to the ceiling with him.
I got you, Because these pictures are lost in the history of Marlin.
Exactly.
Here's Kelly K. Turk.
You see, but like I said, my goal is to get that picture in your house that they can't see.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Okay. I don't, you know, the pictures in the yearbook everybody got. Yeah. I want to get that picture Mr. JC got up in his room. Okay. That
I got you.
John didn't go through the books for me this time. Mr. JC, I need them pictures. Yeah. I need to be look at them pictures and put them and copy them, and I'll put them up in here. Okay. You know, and like I was telling Mr. Gooden, if it's trophies, if it's pictures, if it's whatever, You know, just get it to me and let me put it up in here. Yeah. Because nobody's going to see it in your house.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to see it in your house.
You're going to be the curator.
You know, and that's why I say I can copy it and I'll give it back to you.
During the game, is this open?
No, this is our first year. I just got in here in September.
Wow.
So right there, I brought this place a long way. This place had nothing in it.
Really? Okay. I didn't know they had moved the whole field house down there.
Yeah, they had they just built that field house, I think, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 6. This is my overachiever wall right here. And see, eventually, this will be covered too, because I got a lot of guys that aren't up here. But you got John Westbrook, Mr. Robert Fisher,
Bubba.
Fred, Bubba Fisher, Fred Washington Sr., Fred Washington Jr., John Love, Willis Williams, Ernest Kirk, Jeremy Sanders. These are the guys at Denario Alexander. He does a camp here for the last 2 years, and it's been free and really super plus to the community. Okay. This guy here, he brought Jamal Chaney from the Eagles. Mr. Alexander, Mr.'s from here, Brent Alexander. Yes, that's Brent's son. Okay. Tracy Dowles, Coriel Judy, Jeremy Macklin from the Eagles. Yeah. Sean Weatherspoon, Kevin Rutland. You know, these guys are, they play pro ball.
They've already went to the next level.
Yeah, you got Benny Jones. This is Lynette Jones and Benny Tubbs' son. Okay. This is Cassius Johnson. That's Miss Benny May's son. And you got Dedrick Manigo. Yeah. Kevin Murphy. Travis Miller, Antonio Moore, Roderick Moore's son. Oh, really? Okay. You got that's Denario, that's Coriel. You got Desmond Watson, that's Fred Simpson. You got Jeremy Motkins, Tank Hopkins. Tank's just graduated from the University of Hawaii. Okay. And you got Derek Scott. Derek Scott Jr., he goes to Wayland Baptist.
Oh, you do? That's where her brother graduated out of.
Yeah, he goes to Wayland Baptist. You know, and like I said, I got a lot more guys, a lot more pictures to get up there. Okay. This is Denario's area right here. It's kind of dedicated to his, this is Denario's mom, Miss Woodson, Helen Woodson. Yes. And then, Denario comes back here, and he's done it for the last 2 years. Okay. So, and then, like I said, I just kind of took a lot of the pictures from the yearbooks and just started putting them up, so people can come in, and one day your great-great-great-great-grandkids will come in here, and they'll see, wow, that's my great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy. He owned the insurance business, You got, that's Kelvin Beecham on the end. Kelvin Beecham plays for the Steelers.
Oh, where about?
But which Kelvin is from, he's from Hale, but he's really been, he'll come in. Here? Okay. Yeah, he comes in and talks to the kids. About $220 a month. Now I got this over here, and I don't need the building, so I'm still stuck with the payment. So, and then, so that's why I say I try to raise money, to kind of help, trying to help offset some of the bills. But I mean, so about 95% of anything come out of here, me and my wife have to put out of our pocket.
So what are you buying equipment for little kids?
Yeah, we have to buy equipment. But you see, we have a program. Okay. And now our program pays for a lot of the stuff. Okay. But after football season, we have no money and no income coming in. Okay. You see, so but like I said, each one of these helmets, like this year, I have to buy about 38 helmets. Okay. And those helmets are like $59 a piece. Wow. And because you can only use them for so long. Right. You see, after 3 years, you got to get rid of them. You can't give them to anybody. It doesn't pay for you to recondition them, because to recondition one of those helmets is like $39. So you may as well spend so you may as well spend the other $10 and get your new. Yeah. And I'm hoping he'll let me open up on Friday night. Because I can't. I got told him, man, I can't handle this bill out of my pocket. Not like that.
Ken Jones, Craig Gestinger, Leon Tubbs, Danny Honeycutt, Nog Giddens. Man, this is my class over here.
In here, let me turn these some of these lights. Trying to get all my head coaches up in here.
Oh. Yeah.
And so I even had a little program where people could donate us a table if they wanted to.
Steve-O.
To donate us a table, then what I would do is I just take their the picture. Let's say you want to donate one in your wife's name.
I am.
This one we did for my kids did for the granddad and the granddad.
Okay.
There. That's me. Right there. Gosh.
So, you know, this little table costs, I think it costs $59 for this one. That's $6.
Oh, is this the lady who got me down to the girls' camp right here in this Hope?
And so now I'm gonna be on this trying to gather
help me get that job.
Where I can, like, I'm gonna see if I can buy one of them chairs off you.
Shirley Kirk.
Cheerleader. Came out my granddad's High School Hall of Fame. Hey, you can't go to Dallas and find one. You can't go to Houston and find one. You can find one in Marlin, Texas.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
Your name is?
Jay Butler.
Jay Butler.
All right.